Hello? Hello? Hopefully that fixed it. I had to restart my PC 3 times for OBS to go, oh yeah. Things are working. I really don't know why OBS is like that, but at least it's as simple as restarting over and over. Right? Okay, we need to put some peeps in the medical team and the intel team. I took them all away, didn't I? Where the fuck is that lady as well? Where's Amanda? Amanda. Oh wait, she's on the combat team. Lady, you need to get your health up. Why is it taking so long? Doo-doo. Okay, we can put Nighthawk. Or wait. We need intel team to be better. Don't we? Okay, let's do it. We'll focus on intel and then we'll put everyone else in the food business. Jeez. Okay. Mustang. Go to the intel team. Sea Lemon. We need you in working on intel. Just a few more. Okay. Da-dun-da-da. Da-dun-da-da. Sweet. Okay. So, let's just put a few peeps. Uh-oh! We suddenly don't have enough money. Okay, fine. Maybe we put that guy on the medical team and take this guy, put him back on the combat unit. But now we're not at level 8. Shit. Amanda, you're going intel. And then we can put this guy back on the combat unit. Look at that. We have a 1 surplus. Perfect. La la. Outer Ops. Team Alpha. Baleen whale. Turbobot. Oh, Turbot. Triggerfish. Okay, but how do I? What can I send just one, or should I send two? Is it gonna give me like? Look, Alligator is pretty good. We should try sending him. So is it gonna give me like a percentage chance of winning? I have no clue. Land iguana. Dude, it doesn't say. That's crazy. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all, dude. What? So I can't look at the good guys or the bad guys. Oh my god. Combat unit, we're sending the baleen whale and water flea. Why is Frill Shark there? We need to move Frill Shark. Rhinoceros. Monka. La. Bluegill. Butterfly. Triggerfish. Pig. Flying fish. Mallard. Hell yeah. Okay. Onward! Hopefully we don't lose anybody. Okay, we just did the last extra op.
Snake, Peace Walker is the heart of the enemy's project.
Really?
To prevent its completion, you'll need to either shut down or destroy the artificial intelligence that functions as its brain. According to Huey, that AI is now undergoing final calibrations in Strangelove's lab.
Huey.
It's inside a tropical cloud forest. Slip in
Tropical
and terminate
cloud
that AI
forest.
before they ship it out.
Interesting. Let's, enemy soldier types. Tell me about the scouts.
We've also confirmed that some of the enemies specialize in ambushes. Amanda's crew calls them scouts.
Oh.
They'll blend themselves in with the terrain and the vegetation. Then when they see you, they'll swoop in.
I'm
They
assuming
fight pretty much
tropical
like
is jungle,
commandos,
right?
And we'll use clearing
Or
techniques
is like
to flush you
forest
out.
different from
In
jungle?
addition to wielding normal weapons, the scouts also carry wires.
Sounds like these guys know their CQC.
Could be.
Monka.
We've been getting reports of CQC attacks being blocked by wires. Stay alert.
It's like they know their Krav Maga. They know their whatever. What's another like official like? I guess for Japan it was like kendo or whatever, kenjutsu or something, right? But that has to do with their swords. But it builds off of your hand-to-hand combat, is the idea. I don't know all the names, okay?
La CIA calls their new toy Peace Walker, eh?
Yeah. So,
It is an insult to us Nikos.
because of the guy you were talking about, Walker.
See, although it happened over 100 years ago.
Ah.
Back then, the political parties in Nicaragua were at each other's throats. The Nicaraguan Democratic Party hired an American mercenary to help counter their enemies, the Conservative Party.
And that was Walker.
After taking care of the conservatives, Walker decided to seize power in Nicaragua for himself, eventually making himself president.
The Democratic Party gave him an inch, and he took the whole country.
But it did not end there. Not only did he make English an official language, he tried to reintroduce slavery. Walker's goal was to build a Caribbean empire centered on the American South.
Caribbean Empire. Sounds kind of like what Coldman is trying to pull off.
The gringos are always like that. They invent some convenient excuse to
Coldman.
trample all over foreign countries like they own the place. Peace Walker, ha.
What happened to Walker in the end?
A united Central American army led by Costa Rica kicked his ass and sent him
Rica.
running back to America.
Then why don't we do the same? I, for one, don't intend to let Coldman get his way.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have you, boss.
Fuck Hot Coldman. Call me Big Boss. Give me info.
Chico, you know much about Cloud Forest?
Not that much. All I know is there's a world of difference between a rainy rainforest and a foggy cloud forest.
Okay.
But they have some things in common. But like, for instance, you gotta watch out for poison dart frogs.
What?
Both rain and cloud forests have high humidity, so they're perfect environments for frogs and other amphibians. I mean, it's not
Poison
like just
dart frog?
touching a strawberry poison dart frog or a dying dart frog is going to kill you, but don't eat them, no matter how hungry you get.
I can get all the rations I need from Mother Base. No jungle food for me this time.
Seriously? You're not disappointed you don't get to eat wild animals?
What do you think
I'm
I
a
am?
little disappointed.
Just kidding. In Colombia, though, there's a frog, the golden dart frog, that's lethal to the touch.
How do you know all this?
Come on. Don't you think poisonous animals are cool?
Not if you get poisoned by one.
Well,
So,
obviously.
don't touch the
One
gold
more
ones.
thing. When you get to the forest, be on the lookout for Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I think I'll be okay there.
Dude.
Bigfoot is an ape-man that lives in the Rocky Mountains.
Ooh.
In the local Indian language, he's known as Sasquatch.
Yeah, but
And get
so
this,
is it
he's
still
over
the
3
Rocky
vara.
Mountains
Can you
technically
believe
down
that?
So
toward the
he's
north of
kinda like a gorilla.
Completely
South America?
different. Even the
in
biggest
Central
gorillas
America?
only
Is
get
that
to
still
about
the
2
same?
vara,
Considered
and
the
they
same
walk
mountain
on their
range?
knuckles. Bigfoot's big, and he walks on 2 feet like people.
So he's more man than ape.
Probably. His ancestors must have split off from humans at some point. Like before they started using tools and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but aren't the Rockies kind of far away from here?
Yeah,
That's
not
what I was
that
thinking.
far. According to Darwin, humans came all the way over here from Africa.
That is so
Plus,
true.
There have been sightings in Venezuela of an ape-man called
According to
Mono
Darwin.
Grande. Costa Rica has
Not
tons
just
of plant and
Darwin,
animal
brother.
species. So I'd expect there to be at least one kind of ape-man.
At least. Gotta admit, I've never heard of Mono Grande.
Yeah, he's not as famous as Bigfoot. He's similar, but he lives in Venezuela. He's
Really?
not that big. Less than 2 vara. but he's way more ferocious than Bigfoot. Huh. I wonder just how mean he is. Like when he catches his prey, does he punch it to death?
That's the law of the wild. You catch your prey, you kill it, and you eat it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But punching is way more ferocious than biting.
Well, maybe it seems that way because that's what humans do. You really love UMAs, don't you, Chico?
Do you know what I think? I think UMAs should be dangerous.
UMAs.
Otherwise, where's the fun in hunting them?
Okay. Huey. Okay, we've got a lot of listening to do. Because Huey's new. So, Huey Lewis, what's the news?
Doc, I'm starting to sense your feelings about nukes are a little different from your colleagues.
How do you mean?
Your little chat with Coldman back there.
I told you my father worked on the Manhattan Project, right? You're familiar with it?
The basics, yeah. It was the project that kicked off the nuclear age.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some of the finest minds of the 20th century, including multiple Nobel Prize winners, worked on it. They spent over $2 billion, and that's in 1940s money. It culminated in the successful nuclear test at Alamogordo on July 16th, 1945.
And the first use in combat a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Doc.
I can't walk.
What?
My spine isn't shaped like everybody else's. I can't move my lower body, so I've never taken a single step, not since I was born.
What's that got to do with your dad being in the Manhattan Project?
Make yourself a little Metal Gear.
Research, my father was exposed to high doses of radiation. It can't be a coincidence that my chromosomes are messed up.
Really?
That's why I didn't want for these nukes to be another sword of Damocles. I wanted to give them a real purpose, to be a deterrent against war.
Yeah.
And Coldman, we have to stop him, whatever it takes.
Hot Coldman. Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
August 6th, 1945, Hiroshima. August 9, Nagasaki.
The atom bomb attacks on Japan.
My father was married to his work. I don't have a single memory of going places or doing stuff with him on weekends. But even as a kid, I knew on some level that it was for his family. I respected him. My mother used to tell me all the time, your father is a brilliant scientist. He saved countless American boys from death. You should be proud of him.
Yeah. You could say the war ended because of those bombs.
When I was in the 5th grade, a Japanese student transferred to our class.
Monka.
She showed me photos of Hiroshima after the bomb. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh my God.
A city of over 350,000 people reduced to a scorch mark on the ground by a single atomic bomb. Houses blown off their foundations, burned to ashes. The only things left standing were the skeletons of steel-framed buildings. And it wasn't just the buildings. Blackened corpses on the side of the road. Survivors covered head to toe in severe burns. Within a few months, over 70,000 had died in Nagasaki, twice that in Hiroshima. For years after that, I couldn't talk to my father. Couldn't even stand to look at his face.
I know how you feel, Doc. But your father's your father.
If he hadn't worked on that project, my body wouldn't be like this.
Damn.
I could be researching something else. I could
You
have
don't
lived
know
a
that.
normal life.
Huey, get your act together. Look, I'm starting to do Batman instead of Snake.
It wasn't so long ago the world stood on the brink of nuclear war.
Just
There's a
over on the other
difference.
side of the Caribbean.
I was 17 at the time. I'd skipped a few grades and was a sophomore at MIT. I remember feeling kind of apathetic about the news that came in every day.
Damn.
It seemed clear to me that as long as they had a grasp of the
Apathy.
concept of nuclear deterrence, there was nothing to fear.
Either that, or they were fanning that fear on purpose.
As a way to secure a bigger defense budget?
That's
I could see that.
That's what the
But if that
Western
was their plan, it kind
countries
of
love to
backfired.
do.
Because it ushered in the era of détente
Right.
between East and West.
Coldman's really gonna do it this time. Once the nuclear genie is out of the bottle, the yoke of deterrence
That's
is
the
going
idea.
to be meaningless. People will die.
Perpetual,
Cities will burn.
quote,
We have to stop
security.
him now before it's too late to turn back.
That's what we use as we use the concept of perpetual security. as a preemptive, like, justification for civilian casualties, right?
So you've been doing nuclear research your whole life?
No, not really. At first, I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. For me, the Sputnik launch was a good shock, not a bad one. I thought the age when science was used for war was over, and that a glorious age of space exploration was dawning.
Really?
The year I skipped ahead and got into MIT,
I wonder if
Gagarin
Campbell will
went
show
into
up.
orbit, which made me more excited than ever.
That
Of
could
course,
be pretty hype.
Even back then, I knew the space race was just another facet of the Cold War.
Moscow had a leg up on us, and we were desperate to catch up.
I know. But for me, it was a happy time. I joined NASA, got to do the kind of research I loved.
Hell yeah.
Our nation's prestige hinged on our work. They gave us whatever resources we asked for. I knew you could turn a rocket into an ICBM by fitting it with a nuclear warhead, but that didn't bother me so much. It didn't last long, though. The space and nuclear arms races took up enormous sums of money.
Monka W.
America beat Russia to the moon, but that's where it ended.
Then came détente.
Exactly.
Détente.
NASA's budget was slashed as a result. My father being a nuclear expert and all, they put me to work on a more obvious deterrent. Missiles.
Ooh.
At NASA, I'd been researching a locomotion system for lunar exploration. Tires aren't suited to driving around on the moon, you know. And that's how I caught Coldman's eye.
Coldman's eye. Nuclear deterrence.
Let's speak in hypotheticals for a minute.
Okay.
Say you wanted to make a clone of yourself.
A clone?
Paramedic had the same idea.
It's science fiction.
I'm just hypothesizing here. Okay, not a clone then. You have any kids?
I like
No
how
wife?
he talks about
never been
paramedic
tied
and then
down.
as if
Okay,
Huey
then.
just already
So,
knows.
We're still talking hypotheticals. Say you had a son who'd inherited your genes. Someone with the same combat abilities as you. Would you challenge him to a fight?
Not to sound cocky, but I wouldn't want to do that. No telling who'd survive.
I'll
Yeah,
bet.
can you imagine?
You picked up on the Pupa 5000's combat patterns in seconds.
Only with your advice, Doc.
Well, if anybody could learn to do it just by listening,
You told
it'd
me
be
to get on the
easy.
ground.
But you're a born soldier. Yeah,
wow.
you must have been born with genes geared for combat.
Geared.
Soldier genes, if you will.
Genes geared for combat. I don't care how advanced their research is. You can't blame genes for everything.
Blame genes? You think it's funny?
What?
You think genes have nothing to do with this body I was born with?
I don't know.
Look, that fear of facing someone of equal ability in combat, imagine that on a strategic scale. That's the concept of nuclear deterrence.
Oh my God!
The idea is, when all sides
It's
are
like
armed
two
with the
snakes
destructive power
duking
of
it
nuclear
out
weapons,
on the
they'll
world,
avoid nuclear war in order to
stage.
prevent mutual annihilation.
Doesn't sound all that sophisticated to me.
Exactly. It's so simple in principle. But because it's so simple, whether or not it works properly depends on the people involved. In that sense, what we're looking at now is a malfunction in deterrence theory.
Coldman.
You got it. Please, Snake, don't let deterrence die.
Okay. Peace Walker.
The aim of the Peace Walker project is to achieve robust nuclear deterrence across Central America by deploying a new nuclear weapon system along the Caribbean coast. Peace Walker is also the name of the system itself.
Hell
A
yeah.
nuclear weapon named Peace. I can just see the look on Kaz's face.
LOL.
So why exactly does this new system need legs in the first place?
Because it's a walker, an unmanned weapon moving under its own power and capable of launching a deterrent strike from anywhere. That's the whole idea behind Peace Walker.
Oh. Too bad, Empire Strikes Back isn't out yet. They could talk about that movie. It basically has Metal Gears in it, right?
The reason Peace Walker is a mobile nuclear weapon system is to maximize its potential as a nuclear deterrent.
How so?
If need be, Peace Walker can stay constantly on the move so that the adversary can't pinpoint its position. That allows it to avoid preemptive enemy strikes.
So you're saying it keeps the retaliation card in play?
Coldman likes to brag about it in this way.
Like a land-based version of an SSBN.
And there's another reason for them to be mobile. Peace Walker also has a self-destruct function.
Monka W? Is there something like more, like, so you got Monka S, then you got Monka W. Is like, what would come after that, right? What would even be more like Monka than that?
Why would Peace Walker need a self-destruct function?
You saw it, didn't you, Snake? That sphere on Peace Walker's head?
Yeah.
That's a hydrogen bomb.
Oh
What?
my god!
You're telling me that thing's a thermonuclear device? Do they have any idea what kind of destruction that thing would cause?
I
It's-
know, it's crazy.
It's Metal
I mean,
Gear. What do you think?
even
What do you
overkill has
expect,
its
big
limits.
boss?
If it's strategic value they want, they could have gone with something smaller. It's like they want a weapon on par with Russia's Tsar Bomba.
This arms race is running way out of control.
It's an evolutionary dead end.
Yeah?
A saber-toothed tiger. You can't load a warhead that big on a missile, of course. And
my
no
God.
strategic bomber could carry it. That's where Peace Walker comes in.
So, it waltzes into enemy territory carrying a hydrogen bomb and blows itself up.
Wait, it can
Christ.
dance? Can it salsa?
The biggest nuclear warhead ever actually detonated was the Soviet RDS-220, nicknamed Tsar Bomba. It had an
Tsar Bomba.
estimated yield of 57 megatons, 10 times as much power as all the explosives used throughout World War II.
Wow.
The test took place on October 30, 1961, above Novaya Zemlya. The explosion is believed to have created a fireball over 2 miles in diameter. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
Like a miniature sun. The explosion was seen as far off as Finland, 600 miles away. And some people even reported windows shattering. The shockwave traveled
Wait,
3 times
windows
around the Earth.
shattering
3 times.
600 miles
Peace
away?
Walker is armed with a massive hydrogen bomb, even more destructive than Tsar Bomba. It can sneak into enemy territory, lie low, and in the event of an enemy nuclear strike, detonate itself in retaliation.
Oh my god.
And the locomotion system that lets it do that? My research. Snake, those legs were supposed to make my dream come true. Now they're about to jump the fence of nuclear deterrence. You have to stop them.
Okay.
I'll apply all my energy into developing weapons and equipment to help you do it.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, sounds good. You just stay on the R&D team, Huey. What's his last name? It won't say. We gotta find. I think it's Emmerich, right? There's no way it's not.
What made you put an AI into Peace Walker?
Well, for one thing, because it can't be manned. Peace Walker's designed to enter enemy territory and blow itself up, if necessary. You can't put a person inside a weapon that could blow at any time, can you? So we equipped
you
it with
could.
an AI instead.
That's strangely humane of you.
And besides, Peace Walker was designed as a bipedal weapon system. You can't imagine how hard it shakes when it walks. It'd turn a man into mush. Plus, when launching a nuclear missile, it has to perform ballistic calculations in real time.
Oh, wow.
See? Because it's always moving.
Hold on. If that's all it does, then a high-performance computer ought to do the job. It doesn't need intelligence.
That's a very good point, Snake. Which brings me to the real reason. Peace Walker needs AI to make decisions regarding nuclear retaliation.
Oh my
It's
god.
what ensures perfectly mutual assured
It's
destruction.
just like a
I've
car.
heard all this before.
An EV.
You want a war between machines?
We never actually launched the first nuke, of course. It's strictly a counterattack system. Only a politician
Should this car
could make such an illogical
over the old
decision as
lady?
starting a nuclear war.
Or the
Conversely,
dog?
if an adversary launches a nuke at us, the AI will not fail to retaliate. Therefore, the adversary can't launch. The AI guarantees it.
Even so, launching nukes without authorization?
Boomer captains have the authority to launch if land communications are cut off.
What about
It's the
Zoomer
same principle.
captains?
Not even the captain of a boomer can make that decision alone. The way I heard it, That's the only situation where insubordination is allowed.
Only because humans are imperfect. That's Coldman's line of thinking.
You're saying that machines don't make mistakes? That's a myth. Worse than that, it's blind faith.
Yeah.
We wouldn't put our fate, into the hands of any ordinary machine. That's what the AI is for.
Oh.
The decision to launch a retaliatory strike requires high-level judgment. You have to take into account not only the state of the war, but the entire world.
Okay.
And sometimes, you need to make a guess based on incomplete information.
Huh. You think an AI can do all that?
Extrapolation.
At least Dr. Strangelove does.
I need to get some water. I should have topped off my water while I was waiting for my goddamn PC to start working. I do not know why it's so hard for OBS to do its thing. That's why I stopped. That's why I took away the cat treats. Because don't worry, the cat still gets spoiled. Trust me. But my what's it called? The camera, the webcam. I think it was just causing OBS more problems than it was worth. Also, honestly, having the webcam, I never really liked giving cats the interrupting the stream to do shit. I've always hated those goddamn channel points. I kind of like it better where I don't have any obligations. Okay, here, I'm gonna click Fighting Peace Walker, and then I'm going to mute and unmute my TV, and then get some water. So I won't be talking, but Huey will.
Peace Walker is fitted with several close-range weapons. We'd also planned for it to be able to enter enemy territory and self-detonate.
Wonderful. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Well, the flamethrowers for one thing. One in the front and one in the rear. Then there are the S-mines. They're like cluster bombs. It scatters them from its leg hatches. If you see those open, you better clear out quickly. And finally, the rockets. These can travel quite a distance, so stay sharp. On the other hand, it can't fire them from too close. But then again, there are those flamethrowers. It can also use its legs as weapons against any infantry on the ground. Ouch. But remember, Peace Walker technically isn't complete. With just the reptile pod, it can only perform relatively simple maneuvers. They've got certain quirks, too. What's more, look carefully and you should be able to predict which attack is coming next.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It basically has all the powers that I have, right? It can do kicks. I took karate, 3rd degree black belt in Wado-Ryu karate. Sure, it's not taekwondo, so I might be better at kicks with taekwondo, but trust me, my sensei, actually 2 of my senseis, said I had the best kick of anybody in the school. That's gotta mean something, right? Granted, that was like 15 years ago, so I'm kind of out of practice. But I did teach karate, come on. And then, so it can do that, but also, I can do flamethrowers out my ass, because I eat Taco Bell on occasion. And then what else does it do? It can drop, like, those things out of its legs or whatever. Its legs open up. I guess I can't do that. I'm surprised... Oh, yeah, and rockets. I can't do rockets either. I'm surprised it doesn't... He didn't say it had, like, M60s on it or some shit.
Okay, but why does Peace Walker need to walk on 2 legs?
Yeah.
I think treads would be good enough.
You'd be wrong. As you know, the terrain in Central America is rugged and complex, especially along the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. You've got jungles, swamps, mountains, and the only way to get across all that terrain, no matter how rugged, is on legs.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be tough to cross a swamp, even on legs?
It wasn't easy, that's for sure. The reason we picked Costa Rica as a proving ground is because we can test it on every type of terrain.
I said best sidekick in the school, right? Not just best kick in the school.
This Peace Walker project the CIA's talking about. You believed in it, huh?
Yeah, I believed. Actually, maybe I just wanted to believe.
What do you mean?
Here's how Coldman explained it. Peace Walker's a weapon for peace. One to ensure true nuclear deterrence.
Yeah.
It'd be the anchor to bring stability to Central America. He told me, the nuclear weapon system you've built will never be used. It will forever stand vigil as an icon of peace. And to achieve that, he needed my bipedal locomotion technology. To be honest, I was flattered.
Flattered?
Wouldn't you be? My colleagues in the scientific community have never taken me seriously. They told me bipedal locomotion was a pipe dream, that it'd never amount to anything. It was the first time anybody recognized my work. How could I not be happy? And besides, it was my chance to surpass my father. To create nukes for peace. Or so I thought anyway.
But Coldman's really going through with it.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense, really. No one would give the project any notice unless they could prove that an unmanned system is capable of launching a nuke.
Okay. The reason for launching a real nuke.
Why is Coldman gonna launch a nuke? If all he wants to do is prove the AI retaliation system works, he doesn't need to put a live warhead on it.
I agree. He could demonstrate the system by launching the missile alone, without a warhead. I asked him the same thing at first. He said there was no point in using a dummy missile. That it'd take an actual nuclear launch to deter potential enemies. Launching the real deal gives him a leg up in negotiations with Langley. That's what he's really after.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
I based the bipedal locomotion technology used in Peace Walker on Soviet research. Actually,
Copying homework,
I'll be honest with you.
Huey?
I stole most of the basic ideas behind it.
Soviet?
Damn.
Bipedal? You mean Granin?
You know him?
Yeah. I met him at his lab in Russia.
Yeah.
He helped me out a little bit.
He had a little
met
Metal
him?
Gear Ray on his,
What were you?
He was head of the Granin
Desk.
Design Bureau, creator of countless Soviet weapons.
I'd hit a wall in my research at the time. Granin's ideas solved nearly all my problems.
There's nothing unusual about using somebody else's work to further your own research, is there?
As long as you cite it, yeah. But I wasn't in a position to do that. His research was classified at the highest level. Soviet research, no less.
So you used it without telling anybody.
I wanted to show up my colleagues for once. The ones who never took me seriously.
Damn.
But you reap what you sow. Coldman seized on that vulnerability. Told me if I quit the project, he'd expose my larceny.
He had you by the balls, Doc.
The balls. Okay. Oh my god, we have so many things. This is fine. This is what I wanted out of this game. I mean, granted, I kind of wish that it worked, you know, more like Snake Eater, where it was kind of the illusion of happening in real time because you did it while you were in the middle of a mission. But this is fine.
How'd you get your hands on Granin's research?
That was also Coldman. He used his agency contacts to get a hold of it.
Giving you stolen information, then using it to blackmail you. Damn.
I knew it was Granin's work the minute I saw it.
Damn.
See, I'd been corresponding with him for a while.
Corresponding?
Letters. Between scientists doing the same kind of research.
Oh.
He always complained that nobody understood his ideas on bipedal locomotion.
Nobody understands me.
So you're the American friend he was talking about.
Obviously, he didn't write a word about the technology in his letters.
Tell me,
except for
Huey.
one time. If
How'd
by
your
chance
son
anything should
become
happen
an
to me,
otaku?
I entrust my research to you. Better that than handing it over to these ignorant so-called scientists.
Sounds like him, all right.
Then one day, his papers actually came. It wasn't hard for me to imagine what had happened to him. I felt it was my duty to carry on his work after him. And also,
What?
I thought maybe combining his technology with mine could be a way to bring East and West together. Like the docking of Apollo and Soyuz.
It'll never make the history books. And it's still not a reason to plagiarize.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I mean, if it's for science
I never had
purposes,
the courage to tell the truth. That's all.
is it
I always look for
plagiarism?
excuses to cover it
As
up.
long as you're
Until
saying
now.
where you got
You
the
told me
info from,
everything.
it could be about
You're no longer a coward.
like this redoing someone else's work. That's peer review. As long as you don't say it's yours, you say, "This is my work. We tried to do someone else's work as peer review." Right? That's how science works. That's fine, right? That's encouraged, actually. But I guess Huey was actually saying that it was his work.
Metal Gear.
Huh? What about it?
You mumbled that when I first explained about Peace Walker.
Metal Gear.
I'm curious what
I
it
just
meant.
do that.
Exactly what
I
it
just mumble
says.
Metal Gear. That's just how it is.
Metal Gear. Granin coined the term.
Granin did?
He thought of his technology as the metal gear that meshes infantry with artillery.
I like the sound of that. Metal Gear. It's got a nice ring to it. Better than an outright lie like Peace Walker, anyway.
Damn. Metal Gear. Tell me. I fought the Shagohod. It was pretty similar to that AI I just fought.
Those papers the CIA gave you, was there any data on the Shagohod in there?
Shagohod?
A nuclear tank that launches IRBMs. It competed against Granin's system for approval.
Oh, the thing with the rocket. Designed by a guy named Sokolov, right?
Sokolov.
What's so funny?
No, I was just remembering some of the commentary Granin added to the Shagohod papers. You should have seen the way he badmouthed it. It was too conservative, too ugly.
I can imagine.
He was so angry when he wrote that, he smeared up the ink. And you know how shoddy the paper is over there to begin with.
I'll bet. That's Granin, all right.
Imagine accelerating the launcher itself to 300 miles an hour to extend the range of an IRBM. As stupid as it sounds, it's a hell of a concept. Who but the Soviets would think of using a tank as the first stage of a rocket? I actually took a cue from the Shagohod when I developed the Pupa.
That hovercraft thing? You stole that one, too?
Give me a little credit. I only borrowed the concept. The technology is original. As it turned out, hover technology wasn't enough to handle all the terrain in Central America. It relied too much on brute force.
But the Shagohod was a major threat. That thing could corner like you wouldn't believe. Built pretty tough, too.
You sure know a lot about it.
Yeah, it almost did me in. I couldn't forget it if I tried.
Did you in? So you were the one who took it down. Wow! You really are amazing.
I didn't do it alone.
No, seriously, thank you. We might not be here today if they'd begun mass-producing that thing. Then again, they're hard at work now miniaturizing nuclear warheads. Pretty soon they won't even need an accelerated launcher like the Shagohod.
Great. That means they're that much closer to being able to launch from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere. Tell me about the Basilisk. El Basilisco.
Chico called Peace Walker the Basilisco.
Basilisco? Oh, right, Spanish. That's funny. I once used the codename Basilisk for the Peace Walker platform myself.
What for?
The class of lizards called basilisks can walk atop any type of terrain. In a pinch, they can even stand up on two legs and run across water. Perfect name for a system that can walk anywhere in Central America, right? Plus, there are the legends.
What legends?
The basilisks of legend were highly venomous creatures.
Oh my.
There's a story told by the ancient Romans. A knight slew a basilisk by piercing it with his spear. The creature's poison seeped up the spear and killed both horse and rider. Remind you of anything, Snake?
Nuclear deterrence.
Bingo.
Oh my
Kill
god.
it, and you die along with it. Your hands are bound. I wanted Peace Walker to be like that.
You should know that people aren't that rational. Sometimes people do things that don't make sense, even when they know they're going to die. Or maybe it's because of that.
Maybe you're right. But that's exactly what I don't understand.
Damn. Okay.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your electronic cigarettes.
Hey, Doc, what was that you were smoking in the lab? It looked like a cigarette, but it wasn't lit.
Oh, it's an electronic cigarette. I designed it myself. Pretty neat, huh?
Electronic cigarette.
Yep, a liquid in the filter that turns into vapor, and you inhale the microparticles.
So that was vapor.
I'd actually rather be smoking normal cigarettes, but not in that room. The smoke would wreck the precision equipment in there, ruin all its wiring. But the vapor is just steam. It doesn't contain tar or anything like that. So I can smoke it in the lab with no worries.
Nice.
Want to try one?
Nah, I'll stick with cigars.
Yeah, but...
I don't like imitations. The real thing's always better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, sooner or later, smoking's going to become very unfashionable across the world. It hurts you and those around you. Electronic cigarettes might not seem so bad then.
Yeah, when that happens, I'll think about it.
That is interesting to introduce that an Emmerich created vaping.
You said your dad was involved in the Manhattan Project, right?
Yeah?
And you think that's why you
I
can't
even
walk?
have my own
I don't
flavored
know.
e-juice, Snake.
Actually, you know, probably not.
E-juice.
So far, nobody's found evidence that exposure to radiation in parents causes genetic defects in children, except for those exposed in the womb. Epidemiologically speaking, anyway.
That's the conclusion of the Atomic Bomb Casualty Commission.
Right. The ABCC commenced its study immediately after the war, and it's still ongoing.
Even now, 30 years later.
The effects of radiation exposure last a long time. I'm guessing it'll be another 10 years before we get a real verdict on whether it affects genes. Granted, it's the most massive study anybody's ever done. But that's really all it is, a study. The ABCC brought in bomb victims and ran tests on them, but they didn't treat them.
Really? Them too, huh?
At any rate, that's what my father made me believe when I was growing up.
Maybe it was tough for your dad to explain. Ever think of that?
Yeah, maybe. But this is my problem now, Snake. I have to face the nukes head on, whether I like it or not. My creations are being used for the wrong purposes. The onus is on me to stop it somehow. Help me, Snake.
Okay. Hey, Agnes, get down. Hey, get down. Stop. Get down. Jeez.
Hey, as long as I'm here at Mother Base, why not assign me to the R&D team? You could use a guy like me.
Glad to have you on board.
I already did.
I'm sure Kaz is too.
Once I've got the necessary materials and design specs together, I should be able to start building you that bipedal weapon platform. Nothing would make me happier than for my research to help put a stop to Peace Walker.
Do-do-do-do. How Huey met Strangelove.
So this Dr. Strangelove was at NASA?
Yeah, well, actually, Strangelove left for DARPA not long after I joined.
And then the two of you ended up back together doing research in Costa Rica.
Yeah?
Not exactly
Did they get their name from the
together.
movie?
We coordinated on a few things, but the research projects themselves were separate from each other. We had it worked out so that Dr. Strangelove handled the mammal pod, Peace Walker's cerebrum, while I did the rest.
That letter, something to do with your research?
Huh? No, it's yeah, it's a report. Research findings.
Research findings?
Research
Anything in there we
findings.
could use against Peace Walker?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just don't read it, okay? Promise me you won't?
What are you hiding? Why aren't we getting more data files? Oh my god. Paz has a lot to say.
Tell me about
Are
the
there any
ruins.
large-scale ruins in Costa Rica, Paz?
There is a place east of Cartago called Guajabu. They have ruins there, but they're not especially big.
Not the place I'm thinking of. Any others?
Well, if you go a little way across the border into Nicaragua, there's a place called La Fortaleza de la Inmaculada Concepción. That is the only famous one.
Immaculate
Then what were those
Conception.
ruins I saw from up on Irasu?
There are a lot of things we still do not know about Costa Rica's ancient civilizations. There
Damn.
are giant stone spheres throughout the country. What they were used for.
Stone
still a mystery.
spheres. Stone spheres.
Yeah, tell me.
The cloud forests cover the central mountainous region of the country. They are perpetually shrouded in fog. You get wet just standing there. It is as if the entire forest is inside a cloud.
Must make for poor visibility.
It
I
does.
wonder, do you think
but
water
beauty,
would
too.
be good?
It is like being lost in some mystical green
Like that,
labyrinth.
I'd rather not get lost if that's
Camel?
okay.
The forests are also home to lots of rare animals, especially bright-colored frogs. They like the humidity.
Yeah, but stay away from the gold ones.
You know that butterfly painted on Peace Walker? Any idea what that is?
It is a morpho, a Palladius morpho, if I'm not mistaken.
Pallades morpho.
Uh-huh. It is the most common type of morpho in Costa Rica.
Huh.
It has these gorgeous metallic blue wings that shimmer in the light. You can see them even from a distance.
You mean they reflect light?
Oh,
Correct. It is called structural color. Morpho scales have tiny bumps on them that interfere with the
Not
light
very
and make them look
stealthy.
blue. The space between the bumps corresponds to the wavelength of the blue light.
Let me see if I get this. So if you could change the spacing, you'd end up seeing a different color.
That is the principle.
Hell
I
yeah.
heard somewhere it is being researched as a way
Science.
to color cloth without dye.
Think of the camouflage you could make with that.
Is that all you can think of?
Hey, it's important.
No, you,
What I don't get
that
is
could
why
be
they
really
put a
good for
butterfly
Kayla.
on Peace
It's so true.
Walker.
Maybe because it looks pretty.
I hope that's all it is.
La 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 la.
Okay, tell me about the jungle.
This area is a tropical cloud forest, continually covered in a thick mist. It is quite a mystical place.
Okay.
Selva de la Leche. Forest of milk. I can barely see in front of me.
Milk.
There you go again. The
So-
forest is basically sitting in a cloud.
Do you think
so of course
white
it's going to
might
be hard
actually
to see,
be oddly good?
But you know, the cloud forest is the only place many exotic creatures can live.
Well, if they're not edible, I'm not interested.
Snake, I'll have you know people travel from all around the world to witness Costa Rica's unique fauna.
Okay.
Snake, watch out for the frogs.
The gold
Why?
ones.
They bite. Relax. No frog's ever eaten a snake. Although, I've feasted on a few frog's legs myself.
But they are dangerous. They are poisonous.
Monka.
Poisonous.
Poison dart frogs live up to their name, I assure you. Their poison is so strong. The Indígena use them to make poison-tipped arrows. Some secrete poison through their skin. Even touching them can be dangerous. So don't go petting them or anything.
Yeah, so... I can't eat one.
I am warning you.
Okay, okay. You know, I've always hated the concept of eating things whole, because they have poop in them. Right? It's nasty.
From here on in, you'll be in a cloud forest. The ground is covered in vegetation. You'll have plenty of hiding places, but so will the enemy.
I'll keep an eye out for scouts.
Trying to force your way through
Covered
would
in
be
vegetation.
suicide. Know the enemy's location before making any moves. Too bad you don't have some sort of radar.
I could try night vision.
Once you know where an enemy is, decide how you want to handle him.
If I
You
even
could head into
have
his
night
blind
vision.
spots.
Or drop him from a distance before he even has a clue someone's around. An eye for an eye, right?
Okay.
Chico. Yui.
So yeah, it's a jungle for sure. So, jungle fatigues. Tiger Stripe might be our best bet. Unless we have something that's an S rank for jungle. Tree bark could be good. Yeah, I need better clothes, bro. I wonder what I've missed. I think we go for tree bark. Because it gives us an A in jungle and we have trees.
Survival.
Here. Let's just unequip everything on this side. Redo it all. We want rations. And a Fulton system. An analyzer. A sonic eye. One of these. The box. And the ID card. We'll leave the Walkman. Go, go, go. Okay. Yeah, but how do you customize these, like, even more? Oh. Not gonna lie, I don't even remember. I don't even know how to use this.
Hold it.
Hey, what's up, Jumbo Size? Been a sec. Good to see you, friendo. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about all this bullshit here. Shit's silly. Let's just start the game. So, just head north and find the lab. Hell yeah. We're playing Metal Gear. Look, we made it to Chapter 2. You finally got a PC? Hell yeah. Hopefully it's got the
Snake,
power you need.
How's the mule treating you?
At this pace, I should be there by tomorrow morning.
I need
You've
to
got
get a better
hurry.
PC
the
eventually.
AI could be
but
completed any time now.
this one's
Nice to have
working.
a guide.
Already on it. I've enlisted Paz to help you. She knows the jungle pretty well.
Snake, I know you are an expert in survival, but you need to stay alert. You are in an ancient jungle so foggy, you can hardly see the trees. It is home to 2,500 species
2,500
of plants,
species.
including 400 types of orchids. There are also 500 species of butterflies.
Again,
and over
majority of them are
400
orchids?
species of wild birds. The bedrock is solid enough that Mayan ruins have miraculously survived centuries of earthquakes.
An AI lab in a mine
Well,
ruin.
hopefully
Would have thought,
it-
hey, Huey.
My sentiments exactly.
Like,
that doesn't mean
you've got some
security's any less tight,
future-proofing.
though. You still
You
have
got
the
what I
ID
mean?
card I gave you, don't you?
Got it right here.
That'll get you
Because
through the
this
gate,
PC
no
that I'm
problem.
using right now,
After that, you're on your own.
it's like
as long as the AI
11,
remains
it's like 12 or
unassembled,
13 years old.
Coldman's plans on ice.
What about
Maybe
security
even 14,
inside the
I don't know.
lab?
Well, it shouldn't be a problem for you. Strangelove demanded that the security presence inside the lab be kept to a minimum.
so
It's not all good
hopefully
news,
it lasts
Snake.
like this one.
Coldman knows we're here. He's raised security in the area
Oofers.
surrounding the lab. You'll be seeing a lot of that chrysalis UAV.
Hopefully you got those
and a
are
bunch
good
of
ones.
patrol
You can't
choppers,
really
too.
tell just
There
based
may be
on
scouts in the
price.
jungle lying in ambush. As you approach the lab,
But-
be extra vigilant.
I'll be careful.
It's probably more likely to be a decent one, hopefully. Uh-oh. Look, it's HAL 9000. La la la.
They're looking for you. Stay sharp. Snake, Strangelove's lab is a few miles to the north. It won't be long before the AI is complete. Don't let that happen.
Okay. Sounds good.
Careful. If there's enemy scouts around here, they'll be nearly impossible to see.
Damn. I can hear the enemy scouts.
Watch out. Enemy search may not spot enemies that are actively hidden.
Monka. Oh my god. Hey, I should have said something in chat. Like, okay, we're live. Sorry, John. I got you, Jumbo. Hey, I've never built the PC, so I can only assume you know more than I do. Dude, what is with this camo? That camo. Hey, there you go.
Snake.
I don't know. It says that it's good for trees and jungle, but
Survival.
doesn't seem like it to me. So I'm gonna go with my favorite.
Survival.
Or am I? Maybe we go with Tiger Stripe, yeah.
Survival.
Tiger stripe.
Snake.
Doo-doo. Hey, that's good to hear.
Careful. If there's enemy scouts around here, they'll be nearly impossible to see.
Yeah, see, this is much better. Enemy scout. I don't see him with the sonic eye.
Watch out. Enemy search may not spot enemies that are actively hidden.
See anybody?
I've never been that far before. Be careful, Snake.
Oh God! See anybody? Oh my God, I see a guy there. See, the sonic eye doesn't reveal them if they're not moving. Do you see the guy? He's right there. Right under chat.
Here he is.
Huh? Okay, I've never fought scouts, so the ambush is a little different from what I'm used to.
Careful. If there's enemy scouts around here, they'll be nearly impossible to see.
Ooh. Micro Center. Yeah, what I need to do is save up money. It would take a while because I don't get a lot of money from stream, which is the only way I get money.
Search may not spot enemies that are actively hidden.
But I need to get money and just look into getting a new PC. I have this other PC that I can game from, but it doesn't have a PCIe slot for my what's it called? My capture card, which is like the most important part of stream, at least for me.
Free.
Okay. Spicy curry.
Free.
Yeah, get down on the ground. Zero-calorie soda.
Interesting. La 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 la. See anybody? I don't know. Oh, baby. Hey, that's good to hear. Yeah, you always have to, in this chat, you always gotta ask someone other than me about computer part specs. It seems like you got what you need, Jumbo, which is great. Da da da. Why would you have to rebuy it? Oh, you don't want to rebuy Cyberpunk? Honestly, there are probably better games for you to play anyway. Right? Let's be honest. There's no way that Cyberpunk is that good. I don't care. It's... the Mega CP77.
Freeze.
See anybody? La 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 la. I feel like there's someone behind this tree. Woohoo! Classic. That's the best way to not finish a modern game. Just get burnt out. Doing all the side shit. Look, I'll probably give Cyberpunk a proper, like, stealth playthrough at some point. Or try, at least. But I am in no rush. It'll probably be considered a retro game by the time I actually do it. Woohoo!
The lab seems to be located in a vast series of ruins.
See anything? There are peeps just waiting for me. Okay, I don't hear anybody with the sonic eye. See anybody? see anybody. I don't hear anybody. Monka. I think I see this guy here. That's definitely a guy.
You can't see me. I'm invisible.
Okay. Monka.
Freeze.
Get him? See anybody? Look, there's someone right there. I see. Uh-oh. Hey, that's a POW.
Freeze.
Look, there's something over here.
Nothing here.
Ooh. How did that guy not see me? I got a new outfit. That's pretty nice. Black Myth Wukong? No. Not exactly too interested, to be honest. I'm just big chillin' with my stealth games, you know? And in order to play like a proper stealth game, you have to go back like at least 10, 15 years. So here we are. Because they just don't make stealth games anymore.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed on board.
Even
helicopter.
Ghost of Tsushima is like not really a stealth game, if you ask me. It barely has any proper stealth mechanics. It's so sad. It has cool combat though. Yeah, I did. I'll be skipping that one. I'm not interested in doing co-op. And to be honest, I feel like I'm getting tired of just Souls bullshit in general. I need to just play more stealth games. Like this. I don't get tired of this game. Holy shit.
To be continued next mission.
Yeah, I have Siphon Filter. I have the first 3 at least for the PlayStation. I may do the first one here in a bit. Soon. Soon. My nose is itchy. And I've got another Splinter Cell to play.
As well.
Yeah.
I got a report in from the R&D team.
It felt
They finished
so
plans for a new X-type plant, and today they're going to start construction on the first block. Can't wait to finally say goodbye to this scrap heap. Only thing is, we don't have nearly enough GMP. We'll need to recruit more soldiers to get more GMP. You know what to do, Snake.
More GMP. Okay. Well, I doubt that Siphon Filter has the controls that something like Metal Gear would have. Metal Gear, it's just insane. It's insane. Those, in my opinion, the PlayStation 2 Metal Gear games, the way you control your character, it feels like it hasn't really aged to me. It may seem kind of backward the way they do it, and you could maybe say that is aged, but I don't think of it that way because no other game does it that way. Oh my god. Jumbo, maybe you should just get, well, I have to admit, I wouldn't exactly, I haven't played it, but I don't know if I can recommend Metal Gear Solid 2 and maybe Metal Gear Solid 3 for, oh, Ballistic Shield? Oh, shit. I don't know if I could recommend the modern remake or the modern remaster stuff, because for the PlayStation 2 specifically, Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3, they use the pressure system for the face buttons, so it's like unique control scheme that only makes sense on the PlayStation 2. So I would personally just recommend finding a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2 for the PS2. In fact, you could probably just have one of mine. I have 2 of them. Or no, I have 3 of them. LOL. Metal Gear. Although, I would recommend playing Metal Gear and then Metal Gear 2, which you could probably play on your PC. Those don't matter. Yeah, I have a capture card in my place, in my PC. That, yeah. So all of this is coming off of what you're seeing right now. It's going through a capture card from an Xbox. La 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 la. What is all this? Look, we got some peeps in the waiting room. No, the console has its own, has the normal output. Currently, I need to upgrade my cables. Right now I'm using AV cables, the red, yellow, white cables. I need to upgrade it to the red, green, blue, the composite. That would just make it look better. But yeah, it has the normal output, but then I have it go into a converter that converts that signal into an HDMI signal, and then the HDMI is signal is outputted to the capture card. What is all this? What are these guys good at? Combat? Oh my god. It's not so bad. You know the normal out. I have nothing special going out of my any of my consoles. It's just that they plug into converters that change the signal to HDMI, a more modern plug, and then the HDMI goes into the capture card. And the capture card is just in my PC. It's like just in it. They make capture cards that are external, but that's not what I'm all for. It's not what I'm doing. Dude, this is all this shit, doing all this bullshit. This is driving me nuts. All this management bullshit. Why? Damn PlayStation Portable games. Yeah, this game that we're playing right now, believe it or not, was a PlayStation Portable game. But we're playing an Xbox 360 HD version of it on my Xbox Series X. So for more modern consoles, starting with the PS3 and Xbox 360 and onward, I don't need to convert the signal, the output, to HDMI. I can just already output HDMI. So that just goes straight to my my capture card. Ooh, item capture. Use the C4 charges to destroy the container and retrieve all the items.
Let's get this mission started.
Okay.
Complete.
Yeah, starting with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, that era of consoles, that generation, they just started having HDMI cables, like, or outputs, so you don't have to worry about converting it. 100%. Although, specifically for the PlayStation 3, that console actually has some sort of signal that, that it puts on top of its HDMI signal. I don't know how to describe it, the actual words for it, but basically it has a way of detecting if the signal is being like recorded or captured. So I actually have my HDMI consoles going through what's called an HDMI matrix, which is basically just a fancy form of HDMI, an HDMI splitter, where you can send the same signal to more than one place. Okay, now it's getting a little complicated. But by doing that, particularly with the PlayStation 3 doesn't get the, it doesn't understand, it doesn't realize that it's being recorded. Okay, what is it, Miller?
The new plant is a hex type. That gives it more surface area than previous types, and also makes it easier to plan expansions. We're gonna make this place huge.
Hex, huh? Like a beehive.
Nothing wrong with that. They say the honeycomb design is one of the strongest. I hear they're even thinking of using it in tank armor.
Good enough for me. I'll see about finding us some worker bees.
Appreciate it, boss.
Hell yeah. Dude, what is this? I'm starting to feel like nauseous. Why? I had ramen and egg. Is that supposed to make me feel sick? They don't have anything else to say.
Amanda.
Okay.
Dun dun da da dun 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 da dun 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 da dun.
Bro, I have got to piss. Yeah, why do I feel like nauseous all of a sudden? What is going on? What's the best camo for this area? I think we want to have some sort of desert. This shit.
Survival.
Okay. So we just have to plant the C4. Preferably we hold everybody up prior. Oh my god. I forgot to bring my pistol. Okay, this is not the best camo at all, actually. Why am I so bad at choosing camos? But yeah, if you ever play the Metal Gear series, I would highly recommend playing in release order and not skipping the original games.
Freeze!
Because before Metal Gear Solid, there was Metal Gear. They're pretty important to the story, and...
We're under attack!
Huh. Fuck you! Here. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm so tired of accidentally having different setups.
Let's get this...
Keyboard and mouse? Well, in that case, you should just get the Metal Gear Solid, or the Metal Gear, like... They came out with like a special like collection last year, but I've heard that it's not the best in certain cases, particularly with the control scheme for some of the ones that were originally made for consoles. Well, the series, outside of the first two games, the series has always been made for consoles. So there's that.
Freeze!
Monka. Monka. Yeah.
Freeze! Hey! Is somebody there?
Nobody's here. Oops. What's wrong?
Who's out there? We're under attack!
I disagree. Jeez, go to sleep.
The enemies!
Yeah.
Freeze! Hey! Somebody there! Freeze! Somebody there? I know I saw something.
LOL?
Freeze! We're under attack!
Bro, I want to kill something. I forgot to change my stupid... Yeah, they don't even realize I'm here. You gotta remember this game, this one in particular was made for the PlayStation Portable, so... It's gonna be a little silly. Honestly, I'm surprised that this outfit isn't working so well.
Survival.
Yellow is surprisingly good for this kind of environment, though. Do.
Gunshot!
Whoops. Wow.
We're being shot at. Going to alert status.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements. Proceed with extra caution.
Monka.
Hey! He's here!
Why am I so bad?
We're under attack!
Why am I so bad? I need to get a suppressor for my goddamn sniper rifle. Wake up.
Freeze!
So where's the thing that I need to blow up? It's over there. Okay. Whoops. C4. Woohoo!
Nice. Now we've got to recover those supplies. Hurry! Fulton recovering a helicopter is complete.
We're being shot at. Going to alert status.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements. Proceed with extra caution.
Shit. Ooh, a battery.
Yes. Now get over to the goal.
Where's the goal? Yeah, see the yellow, it might not look like it, but it actually kind of blends in with, oh fuck.
He's here!
With the sand. do. Hell yeah.
The folks back at Mother Base will be thrilled.
Dude, I don't know why. I've just been feeling like nauseous, like for the past like week or more. Just like feeling off and on. Just I'll feel nauseous. I don't really get it. What if I just I've started getting motion sick and I don't realize that that's what it feels like? Oh my god. I may have to call it, to be honest. I want to keep playing this though. But like fuck me, I feel sick. You know what I mean? Look, we upgraded our smoke grenade. That's good. Bad egg? Yeah, maybe. I mean, my eggs, they feel fine. They should be fine, right? They're new enough.